Hello, what's up, everybody? This is Sunko, the Korean bro. Today is 2022, March 1st. Tonight is Sunday night, not Sunday night, Tuesday night, and I'll have 3 work days, 3 days in a row, starting from tomorrow. Anyway, let me tell you what I did tonight. Uh, I've been talking about hottest stock recently, and I listed all of the good stocks, and all the good stocks are on my portfolio, but I didn't do anything. But I invested some of my money into listed stocks tonight. And those are Market Libre, Wix.com, PayPal Holdings, Upstart Holdings, Pout Interactive, on and on and on. I bought shares of 8 companies. We'll see what's gonna happen, but I know for sure that price of its companies will go up soon, as after this Omicron is over, and plus when the war is about to be over, it's gonna go up rapidly. So I'll just be waiting for that to happen. Until then, what I have to do is analyze stocks so that I can be ready next time. Mm. All right, okay, let's go to Yahoo Finance, and I'm going to see some of the stocks these days. But before we move on to it, I read some of the articles, but because I rarely did I have any chance to read up on articles. So let's see what we have tonight. Russia-Ukraine crisis has unleashed even higher gas prices. Uh, 7.80% up by Zscaler. CrowdStrike Holdings also has 7% up. And Rivian Automotive, Emphasis Energy is up by 8%. Teladoc Health 7%. And what else do I have? Virgin Galactic Holdings is up by 5%. 7% up by Teladoc Health. Eve Go up by 7%, and Lucid Holdings is up by 9%. Block up by 6%. Two strong by dividend stocks yielding 8%. Okay, U.S. stocks poised plunge over Ukraine-Russia wars. NASA futures down 3%. Prepare for a bear market in 2022. Bank of America. These are the most important S&P 500 NASA levels to watch right now, says this strategist. Car Grow stock gets IBD stock rating upgrade. Stock rise to new highs. PayPal, Intel, and Paramount stock hit multi-layer lows. Insiders scooped up shares. Semiconductor sales Russia banned, but that shouldn't hurt Intel, AMD, and other chip makers. Semiconductor sales Russia banned, but that shouldn't hurt Intel, AMD, and other chip makers. Stock market news live up. Stock future point lower open as Russia intensifies attack on Ukraine. Okay. 16 European stocks that might just withstand the Russian-Ukraine crisis Russia's swift exclusion could spur cyber attacks. 10 stocks that could benefit. Hmm. Markets appear rate high bet as West gets tough on Russia. Ruble rebounds, oil jumps back above $100. Kathy will watch our sales Palantir stock buys Tesla. Mortgage outlook always 2-year treasury rate marks largest daily drop in 2 years as Putin puts nuclear forces in alert amid Russia sanctions. Strong insider buying puts these two stocks in focus. Why Russia-Ukraine crisis isn't stopping this $10 trillion asset manager from buying stocks. Top stocks for March 2022. Is it buy or sell? Here's what fundamentals Airbnb stock chart actions say. If you're worried about a black swan even sinking stocks deeper, here's how to manage risk. Examining penny stocks with technical analysis for March 2022. The three best global equity index mutual funds. Rate hikes will hit borrowing quickly, boost savings slowly. Here's what to do. Russian stocks abroad plunge while Moscow burst still hurts. Let's go over to Market Beat and let's see what he says. Three high risk, high reward stocks to consider adding now. Target navigates tricky holiday season post strong outlook. Live updates. Japan's Toshiba CEO steps down amid restructuring efforts. Big tech grapples with Russian state media propaganda. Sector performance. And what else do we have? Cybersecurity stocks to watch as Russia-Ukraine conflict escalates. High flyers, Russian sanctions roll markets. Three more tech stocks target dream market weakness. Hit the buy button on these three oversold tech stocks. The top three stocks to buy in March. Okay, first one. Russia-Ukraine crisis unleashed even higher gas prices. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has translated into even higher prices at the pump for Americans. The nation's average gas price has climbed nearly 8 cents in the past week alone to $3.59 a gallon, according to new data from GasBuddy. Diesel prices are up about 6 cents in the past week. Petrol prices are up more than 23 cents in the past 3 months, and nearly 88 cents since 1 year ago. Gas prices have gained for 9 straight weeks. California had the highest gas price in the nation at $4.80 a gallon. The Russian invasion of Ukraine has sparked high-level concern that oil production could eventually be stifled or even sanctioned from the world's second-largest oil producer, leading to less supply as damage grows. The possibility has pushed up the national average price of gasoline considerably in the last week, and the situation could worsen at any time, keeping gas prices elevated for the foreseeable future, said head of petroleum analysis at GasBuddy. Hmm. So basically, here it says, since Russia is like the world's second largest oil producer, and now Russia is in war with Ukraine, so it's gonna be hard for Russia to produce, uh, you know, oil. So since demand, the amount of oil that they produce will be low, which means the price of oil go high, right? Hmm. Dahan added prices could pop under 25 cents, 75 cents ahead of the prime time Memorial driving period. The climbing gas prices the past week from already elevated levels reflects bubbling crude oil prices. For instance, Brent crude oil prices touched $105 a barrel today after Russia's invasion of Ukraine a week ago. Brent crude traded at about $102 a barrel Monday. Prices are at similar levels on Tuesday amid lingering supply concerns. Rising prices are sparkling worries on the ability of consumers to withstand the pain this spring, which coincides with still high levels of food inflation. Okay. It coincides with still high levels of food inflation. Okay. The biggest potential negative from this for the U.S. economy is a surge in oil prices. Mineral Trinity Capital. What the next up? Trinity Capital will shift our focus. Trinity works with venture debts, making new capital available to start-up companies. While risky, this activity is essential for the economy as it's the funding engine for the tip of the spear, the innovative companies that will definitely define the economic future. Trinity, which went public in February of last year, has provided more than $1.5 billion in funding for over 175 companies in its lifetime. In the years since it entered the public markets, Trinity has shown rising revenues and steadily increasing share prices. Semiconductor sales Russia banned. Uh, Both chip stocks declined Monday morning, but analysts has Russian semiconductor sales are likely too small to matter to large chip makers. Okay, they shouldn't hurt Intel, AMD, and other chip makers. Companies are banning sales to Russia following the company's invasion of Ukraine. But analyst says the company shouldn't feel much of an effort as Russian forces continue to bombard Ukraine's capital Kyiv on Monday. The broader market sold off as sanctions grow on a global scale against Russia, including the push to exclude Russia from the SWIFT interbank messaging network, the Treasury Department's prohibition to do business with Russia's central bank. The semiconductor industry joined the growing chorus of not doing business with Russia after its president Vladimir Putin ordered the invasion of Ukraine. and the most cheap stocks slipped Monday. With the PHLX. Oh, hi Moon. Oh yes. Hi, my darling. Oh, here we have humidifier. I sometimes turn it on from time to time, but today's a day where you get to see this is on. Mm. I was talking about sales of semiconductor to Russia. Since the Russia started Ukraine, things got worse in terms of economy, uh, as well as sales of semiconductor. But here in this article, it says semiconductor sales to Russia banned. Here it says semiconductor sales to Russia banned, but that would not hurt the growth of chip makers like Intel, AMD, and oh yeah, sexy guy. Ah. Hmm. Russia accounts for less than 2% of global PC shipments. In a statement, the SI said last week that Russia accounted for less than 0.1% of global chip sales. Which came in at a record of $555.9 billion in 2021, suggesting Russia accounted for less than $560 billion in sales last year, which is I'm repeating it myself so that make sure that you watch this. I will not ever know whether you watch this or not, so I'm repeating it. Oh. uh Tonight I'll be doing YouTube live for about 20 minutes from now on. So within that 20 minutes I'll be reading through articles, about like 7 articles or so, and after that I'll call it a day. Hmm. What's important tonight is that I bought some shares of certain companies that I haven't been listed. I've been what's important is that I bought some shares of some companies that I listed in the past weeks. So that's really a huge thing, right? Because in the past 3 or 4 weeks, all I did was I've been analyzing stocks and I've been reading articles. That was all I did. But then finally, I invested some of money into it. So, mm, okay. Now let's go over to Russia's swift exclusion could spur cyber attacks. 10 stocks that could benefit. Tough new financial sanctions in Russia over its invasion of Ukraine could lead to a surge in cyber attacks and spur investment in cybersecurity companies. According to research from broker investment bank Wedbush, the attack on Ukraine has already spurred a humanitarian catastrophe. The attack on Ukraine has already spurred a humanitarian catastrophe, which would loss of civilian life and hundreds of thousands of people displaced by the conflict. And now we go over to the next article. Here we have Kathy Wood. Okay, I bought ARC Innovation ETF, and it's down by like 20 or 30% or so. And uh I've been keeping, I've been keep looking at the articles related to Kathy Wood, and Kathy Wood is doing basically the same thing. She focuses on value uh rather than situation going around uh these days. I mean, she's buying it like uh ferociously. I mean, especially these days, some of the prices companies went down for sure. So she's buying some of the company shares with much cheaper price, right? Hmm. Asset manager Kathy Wood had been regularly unloading Palantir. On Friday, she sold the last of the software company shares held in three ARK funds. Investment manager Kathy Wood, chief executive ARK Investment Management, continues to buy and sell stocks as volatility rules the equity market. In recent days, she had been unloading the stock of data mining company Palantir Technologies. Mm, okay. And on Friday, she sold the last holdings of Palantir in three ARK exchange traded funds, including the flagship ARK Innovation ETF. ARK left a minuscule Palantir positions in its other three funds after Friday's selling. Okay. On February 19th, ARK offered this commentary about Palantir. Shares of Palantir fell nearly 16% on Thursday after the company reported first quarter earnings. While surpassing revenue expectations with 34% year-over-year growth thanks to success in U.S. commercial, Palantir reported a significant deceleration in growth in the larger government division, suggesting perhaps a change in government procurement behavior. Okay, here it says Palantir, the main job that Palantir had been doing was related to government. But then at some level, at some point, its division of government um, will be cut. I don't know about a percentage, but here it says a deceleration in growth in the large government division. So I'm guessing about more than 20% or so. And here it says suggesting perhaps a change in government procurement behavior, which seems like a big difference uh, in this context. Okay. Palantir provides software platforms that facilitate data analysis, organization, and storage in the public and private sectors. The company was co-founded by tech venture capital titan Peter Thiel. Okay, Palantir reported a loss for the fourth quarter, hurt by pandemic restrictions, especially in Europe. The stock has slid 55% the past 6 months. Okay. ETF Tesla bought 3,927 shares of Tesla. Okay, Kathy Wood bought some shares of Tesla at this point, uh, and at the same time, she sold shares of uh, Palantir. Mm, Okay, strong insider buying puts these two stocks in focus. Let's see what they are. EverQuote's Will Store EverQuote, the online insurance marketplace whose platform connects buyers and agents for insurance products of all types, from auto coverage to home and rental policies to life insurance. The platform allows insurance agents to both policies and prices and allows buyers to search through the insurance markets, seeing specific products and price ranges. All tricks. And now we'll turn to software sector, which I really in love with. Where Alteryx, a California-based company, offers a range of data analytics and machine learning products designed to ease decision making and streamline ops for the customer base. The company's software makes data analytics a highly technical field, accessible to the average database users. Alteryx boasts over 7,000 customers globally and more than 200,000 community members. This February, Artrix saw a couple of major announcements. On February 7, the company made public that it had completed the acquisition of Saint France Trifecta, mhm, cloud-based analytics firm. The move will bring in an integrated end-to-end low-code, no-code analytics automation platform into Altri's product lineup for enterprise customers and move Alteryx closer to becoming a cloud platform. Alteryx paid $400 million to make the acquisition. Let's look at Alteryx first. Mhm. Overall, Alteryx has a moderate buy rating from the Wall Street analyst consensus based on a Bayesian for hold set in recent weeks. Hmm. The stock is selling for $61.70, and the average price target for of $80.36 implies an upside potential of minus 30%. PayPal Holdings, Netflix, The Trade Desk. Wow, this article author says it's a high risk, high reward stocks. If market conditions are teaching investors anything this year, it's the idea that risk can happen fast. Protecting capital and planning for every possible scenario is a paramount given all of the complicated headlines investors need to process on a seemingly daily basis. Whether it's the conflict in Ukraine, the Federal Reserve's plan for raising interest rates, or inflation impacts, it's safe to say that there are plenty of challenging factors to consider in today's equity markets. Some investors are known to thrive in volatility, as they are able to maintain a clear state of mind and attack buying opportunities with confidence as certain areas of the market are sold off. It helps to remember that although adding new positions at this time can be intimidating, mm, high risk investing can also lead to big returns if you are okay with the possibility of near term drawdowns. One of the big issues with buying stock that is in clear downtrend, like people, is the fact that there are lots of trapped buyers. That means the stock faces a lot of overhead resistance. Many of those buyers will look to unload shares anytime the stock moves higher. This adds to the overall risk of people. It's a stock that still might be worth a look as it's a company operating in an innovative industry that is primed for massive growth over the long term. PayPal is a technology platform that enables digital and mobile payments on behalf of consumers and merchants worldwide, which means the company plays a huge role in the digital economy. Shares are down over 41% year over to date, thanks to the fact that the growth stocks have faced heavy selling pressure. The company has also delivered mixed earnings results over the last few quarters and provided weak 2022 guidance. With that said, PayPal shares are trading near the lowest valuation since the company went public and could be close to bottoming out. Keep in mind that PayPal did surpass $1 trillion in total payments volume for the first time last year. And here we have Netflix. Okay. One could consider Netflix as high risk, high reward opportunity at this time, given all of the question marks about how the company is going to be able to fend off competition in the coming years. The streaming giant will have to continue producing standout original content and expand in international markets to maintain its market leadership status. As platforms like Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, HBO Max, and more are rapidly growing in popularity. With that said, Netflix shares are down over 43% from 52-week highs and could end up being a bargain at current levels. If the company can deliver some good news in the coming quarters, there are concerns about slowing subscribers' growth. Netflix still has a lot of positive working in its favor. The company's robust content library, which includes both original and licensed content, is still the largest out of all of the streaming platforms, which is certainly a strength. Netflix has also invested a lot in building out a very strong internal recommendation software that leverages machine learning and algorithms. The software not only helps to keep existing subscribers entertained, but also provides plenty of priceless data that the company can use for developing new content. The Trade Desk. TTD. Let's skip on this one, okay? Okta. Okay, let's see. The Russian invasion of Ukraine. The Russian invasion of Ukraine has raised concerns about cybersecurity to a fever pitch. In the United States, banks and major corporations are on heightened alert against cyber attacks. And while no specific threat exists, the current geopolitical situation serves as a reminder that living in a digital world has its drawbacks. The good news is that many companies have already taken steps to bolster their cybersecurity. Investors have known this as the stock price of cybersecurity stock has risen sharply over the past few years. This is a trend that's likely to accelerate as companies look to leave no stone unturned in protecting their own and their customers' data. That means while cybersecurity stocks may look overvalued, the effects of the Russia-Ukraine conflict are not yet priced in. Palo Alto Network. With that in mind, here are three stocks we believe present attractive buying opportunities for risk-tolerant investors. Palo Alto Networks, it's on my watch list. Earnings of February 21st and posted a beat on the top and bottom lines. That was before the Russian invasion commenced. There will be more upward revisions to follow. Okay. Major provider of internet security solutions for enterprise customers, Palo Alto attracts an international roster of clients with its emphasis on innovation. The firm makes use of cutting-edge breakthrough in artificial intelligence and data analytics. CrowdStrike Holdings. We got Okay, we have Okta is involved in helping business address personal identity and access management concerns. This has to do with areas such as two-factor user authentication, which is becoming more important as offices are increasingly having to accommodate a decentralized workforce. With that in mind, Okta offers a software as a solution product for clients. It also allows developers to build identity controls across its website, proprietary application, and devices. Okta is not yet consistently profitable, mm, but the company has been increasing its revenue on a quarterly and year-over-year basis. Okta stock is currently trading near the bottom of its 52-week range, and analysts gave the stock a consensus price target that shows a potential 46% upside. Okta reports earnings in early March. Investors will be looking for confirmation of the company's bullish forward guidance, which included the projection of $4.4 billion of revenue. Qualcomm Microsoft market weakness can offer great buying opportunities. Palo Alto Networks. Uh, if I had known this earlier, I would have invested my money into it. But its price is already too high. I mean, it looks that it's never ever gonna come down to a level where I want to buy. Hmm. Qualcomm, Microsoft, Meta Platform sell off a buy opportunities. Adobe stock buy ahead of warnings. Will Salesforce.com beat earnings? Yeah, all are the ones that I've been watching. The Mozilla Company, Freeport McMoran, Palo Alto Networks. Cybersecurity stocks could be a nice place to look for buying opportunities. In March, given the possibility for cyber warfare from Russia, Palo Alto Networks might be the best name in the group. It's a pure play cybersecurity vendor that sells security appliances, okay, subscription, and support to customers around the world. Palo Alto products can enable its end customers to secure their networks, remote workforces, public and private clouds, and more, which is becoming increasingly important in today's increasingly digitalized business world. Had a stellar quarter two, which saw the company deliver revenue growth of 30% year over year to $1.3 billion. The company's management team also raised its fiscal year 2022 guidance, now anticipating total revenue for the year in the range of $5.425 billion to $5.475 billion, which would represent year-over-year growth between 27% and 29%. Is one name that has held up well and could be on the verge of breaking out to a new highs in March. Okay, that's about it for tonight, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, okay?